This is A's Cast Live, your comprehensive look at the Athletics.
Swung on, drive to left field. Did he do it? He did! 4 home runs for Nick Kurtz! He is 6 for 6!
Swing and a drive, deep to left. The A's take the lead in grand fashion.
And 29 other MLB clubs.
Stretch of the pitch to Cal. Swing and a drive, deep to right field. There it is, number 60, the modern-day Bambino.
Join us as we take you inside the baseball universe from humidors to walk-off dingers.
That swung at a high, deep drive to right. Smith is back. He will not even watch it. And the A's win it on a walk-off by Nick Kurtz.
We have you covered. Spend your afternoon with us, only on A's Cast Live. Here's Chris Townsend.
All right, I have a promise for you today, because I understand. We are on at 4 o'clock. This is afternoon drive. You're in traffic. And you're like, what the heck are these guys going to talk about as we are limping to the finish line with spring training? I get it. I'm with you. I'm going to tell you that this is going to be worth your while, because something in the state of California and really all over the country could be changing with a deal that happened today. We have a great show for you. We got good guests. But this is far bigger than that. Far bigger than anything I thought we were going to talk about. Major League Baseball has done a deal that could affect all sports and states who are against sports gambling. Now, when I go on to I got the MGM and the Caesars app. I'll bring up the Caesars app. Since we're in Vegas all the time, I got the Caesars app. If I'm in Arizona, Colorado, District of Columbia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Ontario, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, Tennessee, Virginia, Washington, Muggleshoot, no idea, West Virginia or Wyoming. If I'm in any of those states, I can use a gambling app. I can use MGM Bets. I can use Caesars app. I'm in. So when we land, so most of you, if you're a sports gambler, you know this, but some people who don't, it's geofenced. So if, like, say in Northern California, once you go across the Nevada line, the app works. Once you cross Nevada back into California, the app's done. It's over. Soon as we land in Vegas, boop, pop it on, it's on. Soon as the plane goes up, boop, it's done. And we've wondered in certain states, when are we going to, like, this is ridiculous. All these other states get to do it. Why can't we? Well, this deal that's come down today, Major League Baseball has done an agreement, which I don't know how this is going to affect all the sports. I'm just learning this today. We're learning this on the fly. Evan Drellich has put the article out. There's been the press release and everything. Evan Drellich of The Athletic has put it out. He covers the business of Major League Baseball for The Athletic. Go ahead, quickie, Cody. What exactly are we talking about?
Okay, so the very first paragraph of Evan's article on The Athletic. Major League Baseball has made its first foray into prediction markets, partnering with Polymarket, one of the leading companies in a space that has grown in both popularity and legal controversy. Prediction markets allow users to bet on sports and other events, including in politics and pop culture, through the buying and selling of contracts similar to a stock exchange. But similarities to traditional sports gambling, which is taxed and regulated differently, have prompted legal battles in several states.
Okay. Sports prediction. What is it called? Go back up.
It is the prediction markets.
All right. So I simply went to AI and went, what the heck is this? I understand the stock market. So as Cody just kind of read, sports prediction markets allows users to trade. We're not betting on a game, folks. We're trading. Yes or no contracts on sports outcomes. Once again, you're able to buy contracts, trade contracts, yes or no on sport outcomes, acting like a stock exchange rather than a traditional sports book. Prices fluctuate between $0 to $1 based on supply and demand, representing the market's implied probability of an event. It's peer-to-peer. Here's the key mechanics according to AI. Peer-to-peer trading. Unlike sports books, you bet against other users, not the house. Contracts are priced as a fraction of a dollar, 0 to 1. A contract costing 60 cents indicates 60% probability of that outcome, paying out $1 if correct. Price change in real time based on news, game action, and market sentiment, allowing traders to sell positions mid-game for profit or to cut losses. So we have in-game betting, right? You can have an in-game bet where use football, like all of a sudden, a team's down, it's changing. We can in-game bet in football. You can either buy or sell contracts in games. Platforms charge transaction fees rather than taking the spread or taking a side in the bet. These markets are often regulated as commodity exchange, allowing them to operate in states where traditional sports gambling is restricted. Boom. That's the number one thing today, right here on A's Cast Live. We as baseball employees are told that we cannot bet on baseball. It doesn't matter what state you're in. So we can talk about gambling, but we can't tell you what to bet. Like, I can't say bet on the A's tonight. Oh, bet against the A's tonight. We can't do that. That's how freaked out they've been. This may change it all. State of California. Obviously, I don't know why. I mean, other states are all in. State of California isn't. But that's the biggest state everybody's been talking about that everybody wants. Because the amount of money that could be generated, we've talked about in the past, like how much could tax revenue, how much could you make off sports gambling in the state of California? They don't want it. Does this change it? So if you're driving around right now listening to us anywhere in Northern California, you could be in Southern California, listening on the stream, on A's Cast, if you're listening on KSTE in Sacramento, if you're listening anywhere in Northern California, back in the Bay Area, are we now finally seeing a way that Californians are going to be able to wager on sporting events without having to do it illegally or crossing state lines? It's just different. You're not betting against the casino, essentially, the house. You're betting against somebody else. It's like the stock market. Wow. So this is primitive to us, to be totally honest. This has just come down today. Obviously, it's a big deal. It's a big money grab for baseball and the owners. What did Evan Drellitt say? It's like a $300 million deal?
Yeah, according to sources, it's a $300 million deal over X amount of years. I think it was 4 years, something like that. I've seen like stuff from Polymarket on X, like tweets, but I never knew what it was until this came out. But maybe it prompted something in my mind whenever you were reading about the AI thing. And I've seen commercials for it here, and I've heard radio stations promote Kalshi, which Kalshi is the same thing. It's a predictive market, and I know the spokesperson on TV is Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. So the NBA, this is a big thing. It's a predictive market. You could trade on futures there. So essentially, Major League Baseball is now signed with Polymarket, and it seems like it might be the same thing. So it made me think, like, okay, I remember hearing about Kalshi. So if anyone knows what Kalshi is, this might be similar. I could be wrong, but this is a big deal for baseball. And you're right. I mean, with California, since you can't do legal sports betting here, it's got a way to get around it. There's only a few states where you can't do it. And we saw it the last time we had voting on props here in California. It failed by a wide margin. to have sports gambling happen. So this is a big deal for Major League Baseball, and we'll learn more as time goes on because, like you said, this is primitive to us. We just found out about it today. So I'm very interested to see how all this shapes out for not just for us and like everyone in California, Northern California, but also just the sport overall.
Kalshi, who is brought up in this article, Arizona Attorney General this week brought criminal charges against Kalshi, alleging the company has been operating an illegal gambling business without a license. Kalshi, which had previously sued the state, called the claims baseless. Polymarket sued Michigan earlier this month. So this is going to the courts, obviously, like everything else does. The Supreme Court, if you remember way back when, voted and allowed these states to start doing sports gambling. That's why all these states, the minute you pop on, the minute I land in Arizona, by the way, my Caesars or my MGM Bet app works. I'm not a big sports gambler. I'm just going to let you know now. It's just not my thing. I've downloaded the apps. I do this football trip every single year. I like it. I think I got $200 in my Caesars app right now. Caesars to me has been easier to use than MGM. I like to pop on and just look at the odds, but I'm not somebody like I've got no money on the NCAA tournament. To me, I'm not a big sports gambler. I'm not somebody that's betting every week on football. I like to have a little money on the Super Bowl or the NFC title game, AFC title. I like that. Like I got bets in when we were when we were down there for the Jacob Wilson press conference and the signing. I made sure I got on my app, I could bet, and then got on the plane, poop, and it's closed.
That was right for
I think I have
Super Bowl, too.
I think I have like 213 odds. So I'm not somebody that's got to have juice on the game, but a lot of people do. It brings a whole different level, and it's made the NFL what it is because there's a lot of different forms of having juice on the game. The most annoying human beings on the planet are fantasy football players. You people are annoying to watch games with because I care about my football team winning, and you have to blurt out, oh, I got that receiver who just scored against your team. It makes people want to strangle you. I don't care about your 4 different fantasy football rosters, even though you think it's so important that you have to tell all of us that you have that guy on your fantasy team. Oh, wait a minute. That's just one of your 3 fantasy teams. You've got to tell us about all 3. You are insufferable, you fantasy football players. But it's a huge part. Years ago, it was the office pools. Remember? Everybody's going to pick the games and everybody puts in $5. Having juice on the game is huge for your sport. It helped elevate the National Football League to what it is today. Not everything. That's not everything, but it's a big part of it. So we got people now who will pay attention to games that they don't have a dog in the fight. Detroit's playing Houston. Most people don't care, but there's a bunch of people who do care because they either got fantasy guys on Detroit or fantasy guys on Houston. They found a way to bring you in when it's not even your team. And at first it wasn't their deal, but then the NFL saw how big it was, so then they started, okay, maybe we'll just take that fantasy thing in-house.
The best part about you bringing all this up right now and how they sucker you in and people are paying attention without dogs in the fight. What started today?
The NCAA, started last night when my Miami of Ohio.
The Red Hawks. You all owe them an apology.
So down the street from me, about 12 houses, on my block is a former All-American kicker from Miami of Ohio, the great Chuck Conrad. You can look it up. He was an All-American. He's my golfing buddy at San Jose Country Club. He lives about 12 houses from where we are right now. He's one of the proud that when they had some really good football teams, he was on those teams. Kicker and punter. Got a little shot in the NFL. So I've been really following the season based through him, right? And like, oh, really? They're undefeated. That was like early on. And like, oh, mid-season, they're still undefeated. Oh, wow. End of the year, they're undefeated. This is an amazing story. And then they'd lose in the conference tournament. But probably the best thing last night, I love the TBS. Was it on TBS?
Oh, True TV.
True TV, but there was the TBS guys.
Yeah, it's the same company.
And you got Mashburn on there. You got, what's his name from Michigan?
Last night?
Yeah, the panel. You got Jamal Mashburn.
I saw Mashburn.
What's his name? Who's in with ESPN, the NBA. They really let go of him. He was one of the Fab
Oh,
Five.
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose, and then they got Pearl, the old head coach.
Bruce Pearl.
So Pearl took it in the shorts last night because they all made sure they went, oh, hey, how about them winning, huh? And doing it. And then he had to take it in the shorts. He's rooting for his kid in Auburn, but he had to wear it last night. But, yes, go ahead.
So the tournament starts today. And
how does this go with fantasy?
Oh,
tournament.
Yeah,
Everyone's
doing a bracket.
Yeah.
So you have people doing a bracket, and every company has one. Everyone's doing it. Do you think people really give a rat's behind about Siena and Duke if you didn't go to either of those schools? Maybe Jerry McNamara coached at Siena because he played at Syracuse. Great. Other than that, you're probably not paying attention. But if you have him in your bracket and you have Duke winning the whole thing, you were sweating bullets today.
Who? What'd you just say?
Siena and Duke.
And then who's coaching who?
Jerry McNamara, the former Syracuse guard with Carmelo.
I was there when they won the national championship.
He's now the head coach at Siena.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But if you had Duke win the national championship as number one overall seed, you're sweating today because they were losing at halftime.
So
by double digits.
The old point guard from Syracuse is the head coach there?
He's done a nice job at Siena. They were like 14 wins last year. They 23 this year. Won their conference tournament.
Sports needs you. Sports needs Cody.
Why? I just recite what I see here on the broadcast. It's like I'm looking up what Siena did this year.
Come on, bro. You know NBA, you know hockey, you know football. You've got how many baseball fantasy leagues are you going to be in?
Just the same two I've been in for like 15 years.
So you're in two. How many football?
Well, I only did two.
Yeah. Sports needs you. This should be right up your alley.
Yeah. Well, I don't. As I mentioned numerous times, I'm not a sports gambler.
But would you be a sports trader?
It's interesting because hockey is a big part of Kalshi, as I saw in that article now too.
Would you hockey? Would you start trading?
Trading future?
Because now you're not going against a casino. You'd be going against me.
It'd be something I'd have to dive into to understand because I don't. I understand how sports gambling works.
Do you put money on your fantasy leagues?
Yes.
You're sports gambling.
Not baseball, but football, yes.
So you're gambling.
Yeah.
Would you now be interested in doing more of like a stock exchange?
Like would I like to buy futures in a team like the Vegas Golden Knights or the Sharks?
I'm assuming like since it's baseball, if the Twins are taking on the Royals and you think, well, man, the Royals are winning tonight, however this thing works, would you be interested in that? It's
fascinating. It is. Well, we technically can, but if you're talking
I don't know, like if baseball signs a deal and says this is not you're betting against the house. This is what this also is a major deal is they believe they can protect themselves more versus what happened with Clase and the Guardians. When these guys with the Guardians were betting, they were simply betting, hey, first pitch is going to be a strike, and they throw it way outside. Prop bets. This is this supposedly protects against prop bets. That really loosey-goosey, fringy stuff kind of gets thrown out, and you can monitor it way better. Now, baseball has gone in, and they've changed all that. You can't bet big money on prop bets on
I think the limit is
offshore.
I think it's like $200 or something.
Prop bets anymore. So Class A is not going to so a Class A type guy is not going to throw a ball when it's when you're betting a striker ball, he's not going to throw a ball because it's going to win somebody $200. So they switch that. But man, it's kind of like, how will baseball tell baseball employees? I mean, if this goes this way, are they going to tell employees they can't bet on? This is not betting. This is trading contracts. Fascinating stuff.
It's a fine line they're going to have to walk once we find out more about it. Then it opens up the whole thing about, it's going to bring back conversations of things that we people don't like to talk about. But Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, or are we?
Can we leave Pete alone here? Yes, the Hit King should be in the Hall of Fame. 4,256 hits. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds, greatest player I've ever seen. Don't like him. but he's the greatest player I've ever seen. Roger Clemens, these guys, name them: McGuire, Sosa, Palmeiro, A-Rod. It is what it is. But this is a game changer, right? And we're learning about it now. We'll see what happens. Obviously, everything's got to go through courts and but it'll finally get to decide. And what will that mean for like everybody? Because I know we have people. We have a whole new group of audience who's in Nevada just laughing at this, going, "You guys are morons." But for us, in California, now once we move to Vegas, will not be a problem. Well, by the time we go to Vegas, what will this mean for employees? Like, what are you going to say to players? Are players going to be able to do this now? I mean, I don't know. This is new, but you can tell this is a way to try and get around states where they're not allowing sports gaming, where it's you betting against the house and the house pays out. This is peer-to-peer. Fascinating. That's how we're starting the show today. I'll come down today. What time did this come down?
I woke up and I think it came out I woke up at 7:30, somewhere around there, maybe 8 a.m., something like that. But Evan's article in Athletic came out at 2 o'clock Pacific.
It's pretty amazing that a sport that once said gambling in the sport was death. It's amazing how much money they're now making off gambling. It used to be cut and dry. Any part of gambling in professional baseball, and you are blackballed for life. There were no hearings. There were no, you gamble, you're done. How many times? It's written right there in the clubhouse. How many times have you heard people say that? It's written right there. You see the rules. You can't. And now all of a sudden you got a sport. They got deals with DraftKings. We're now doing a $300 million deal with Poly, whoever these guys are. It is amazing. Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. So I want to make cited sources saying the deal will pay Major League Baseball $300 million over 4 years.
$300 million over 4 years.
75 a year. There's my California University of Pennsylvania education coming in clutch.
But they're worried about whether you put $5 on the Brewers versus the Marlins. I mean, that's a great match. That's a great match of the two teams. Seriously. Folks, we have to go through training every year. We've got to watch these videos. We've got to sign a contract. We got to do this whole thing every year as you or me can possibly influence a game. If you're a Major League Baseball employee, you've got to do gambling training. And basically it says, you can't do anything. But you could bet in a legal state. We're allowed to bet football, basketball, hockey, tennis, golf,
horse racing,
auto racing, horse racing,
college
basketball, NBA. We get right. But baseball can't bet anything. Not one thing. Even if you're in Nevada, can't even bet on it. Because somehow we could be influencing the game.
Well, that's why I always made the joke.
It's ridiculous.
When it came to in the regards of the fantasy baseball realm, or are we going to go down, say we're in a league together, are we going to go down and tell Brent Rooker, hey, Rook, I'm winning right now, and I need you to strike out 3 times today, and I'll win my championship. Can you do this for me?
Oh yeah, hey dude, you need, because our after party's at Dave and Buster's, and they're gonna be picking up the tab for me.
Hey, Kotz, can you not pitch Hogan Harris today? The guy I'm facing at fantasy has him. If he gets a save, I'm done.
I think a lot of people have to find this interesting, right? This is paving the way for a lot of people to, you're watching Monday Night Football, you're watching Sunday Night Football. Hey, Thursday night, early the year, or Wednesday night, there's a MAC football game on ESPN.
Action.
I watch I love watching football. So I'm always about, and that's why the WBC was interesting. It's like whenever you can give me something to watch, like when people say there's too many bowl games, I go, what else are you watching in December? Okay, I can only watch Santa Claus is Coming to Town so many times. Frosty the Snowman. You know, if you put a college football, I don't care if both teams are 6-5 and 6-5, and we're playing this in Mobile, Alabama. I'm going to watch because I like watching football. I'll watch. I love watching. I love bowl season because there's nothing else on during the crit. I know you like to go to Lifetime and you like to watch the Lifetime movies where they were together and then they broke up and now she has a new relationship and then he comes back into town and he wins her heart back. I know you like all those Lifetime Christmas movies.
Damn it, you're watching Eastern Michigan and Miami,
yeah.
Ohio.
Oh, I'm grinding Illinois State up against, I'm in.
I mean, hell, we went to a bowl game in Boise, Idaho a few years ago.
One of the coldest games I've ever been to in my life. Eastern Michigan against San Jose State, the famous, as they said, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We were there. Freezing.
We showed up. San Jose State didn't.
You remember how cold that was?
It was cold, yeah.
Oh, my God.
My wife and I were there a few days prior to you guys getting there. It was cold.
Yeah, we flew in. It was a day trip. Flew into Boise, Idaho, went to the game, flew out that night. And folks, when the sun is out and there's no cloud cover, it will be the coldest. And the breeze, and it was like, oh my. And the snow on the ground is not melting. It is strong as can be. And it's wind chills. It was in the minus. It was cold. Yeah.
We had to migrate to the other side of the stadium.
It was in the teens, and you're like, why did we do this? I just think that's interesting. I think a lot of people are going to find that interesting. How does California fight it? Oh, they'll sue. But at some point, there's rulings and there's decisions. And could we, the people who live in California, is this a way to, you're not betting against the house. It's like trading, it's a contract. It's like trading a stock. And now it's against peers instead of the house. Very interesting.
I want to throw it there so people know. Coming up next, the guy that gives us the breakdown of Scottsdale every year. The bros you see walking around Scottsdale, Arizona. Our good friend Ryan Divish of the Seattle Times will be here to talk about the Mariners because we are playing A's and Mariners tonight. Sold out game at Ho-Ho-Cum Stadium. So we're telling everyone to get there early if you're going because it's going to be sold out there tonight. I believe it is tomorrow night too against the Cubs, so it's going to be a good atmosphere. So Ryan Divish is going to be coming up next with us.
Talking Mariners right here on A's Cast Live.
The time is now. Grab your sunglasses, A's gear, and get ready for some fun in the sun. Spring training is back as the Athletics get ready for the 2026 season. Now's the time to make plans to catch us in Mesa, Arizona, and enjoy the sunshine of your family and friends. Grab your tickets for the best seats at the lowest prices as your green and gold take on the Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Padres, and more at Ho-Ho-Cum Stadium. Don't wait. Get your tickets at athletics.com/spring. That's athletics.com/spring.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's Ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
Unlock offers and receive exclusive in-game features by downloading the MLB Ballpark app for iPhone and Android today. Plus, get the latest information on game time, schedules, and more. The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's Cast Live, and more. Visit youtube.com/athletics.
Baseball is back and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snap. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com. That's athletics.com to secure your seats today. American League Rookie of the Year Nick Kurtz joined Chris Townsend on A's Cast Live to discuss his historic 2025 campaign and becoming the first Athletic to win the award since 2009.
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, when it kind of got announced, we were all in Hawaii together. You know, Willie was in the same room as me when we were on the show, so that was really cool to kind of, you know, celebrate, you know, as a team.
When you look back, like, what do you think of when you look back in this Rookie of the Year season? You had the monstrous game in Houston, historic game. What are the things that you really reflected on?
Just kind of the whole year as a whole. You know, when you look at any kind of season, you have, you know, the parts where you feel really good at the plate. You have the days where you feel really bad, and then the majority is you're just trying to do what you can do that day to put the ball in play and get a base hit. It's not a good day if you don't get the team win as well. So that's kind of what I've reflected the most about is, yeah, I did all these great things, but it's got to lead to October. And that's the most important thing.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at Athletics.
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
I believe Ryan Divish is going to join us from the Seattle Times. Washington's on the list. I wonder how Hill State's affected Washington.
I never actually, because you said there's some kind of, like, Washington, what was it?
Muggleshoot.
Muggleshoot, yeah. I don't know what that means, unless that's like some
But look at all the, it's amazing all the states that if I was in any of these states, I could pop up either MGM Bets or the CBS app, not CBS, the Caesars app, and boom, away you go. Like everybody could do it once they landed in Arizona for spring training. Now, Arizona and this Kelce don't seem to be getting along so hot. But with all new things, right? I mean, how many times does that stuff go to litigation? I am very curious about the Seattle Mariners. They're the front runners, right? They're the front runners of this division. We're taking them on today. Are we in Peoria or Mesa?
It's at Hohokam. Sold out game tonight for A's Mariners.
Yeah, it is a night game. The next two nights, we'll be on again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. As it is smoking hot already down in the Valley of the Sun. And it's I feel for these people because they're not really having a spring. Like right now, a lot of people are, even though it's a little bit warmer, you're still having spring, right? You got flowers. I've been doing these walks with my wife, and it smells great outside. Everything's starting to bloom. We were there. It was cold. And then the afternoon, it was okay. It was still kind of in the 60s, high 60s. And then they had like 70s for just a little bit, and then wham, they're back right into high 90s, hundreds right now. And that is rough. Because you know how summertime is. They go months of it's 100, 150. I mean, forget 100. They're 115, 120. They'll have to close the airport because I guess when it gets so hot, you can't get the jets up. That's pretty hot when you got to close the airport. I mean, it doesn't happen that often, but that's, I mean, just to give you an idea how hot it gets. And you go through that for a long, long time, and to have it that quick. So that's why we're doing these games the next 2 days at night. It's because it's already so hot. But this division's wide open, let's be honest. Like, right, the Mariners can pitch. Their big question is different. The Mariners are different from a lot of other teams. A lot of teams, and we are one of them. We're all on this one big boat out there, right? Who's on that boat? Well, on this boat, we all score runs. We just don't know how we're going to prevent runs. That's the boat we're on. That's the biggest boat in baseball. Mariners are on this other boat. They're on this much smaller boat. They're on the we can pitch boat. We don't know how we're going to score a ton of runs. They're the opposite. That's been their bugaboo. That's why they had to go out and get Josh Naylor and Suarez at the trading deadline last year. They're looking to figure out how do we generate more runs because they feel they got pitching. They feel they got defense. But are they going to hit? Because, yes, run prevention is the number one thing in our game, but you got to be able to score. And that's something in their ballpark's not an offensive ballpark, and that's something that they have struggled with. And are they going to be able to do it? They're the favorite, but you're not looking at anybody in our – if there's only one team that truly would be shocking. I mean, shocking if they were to win the division. Who would that be?
I don't want to go too far out of the box here, but I might have to just dive in and pull out the old Rally Monkey and the Angels?
If the Angels won the division, everybody'd be like, I didn't see that one coming.
Yes, there's no shot that they're gonna. I don't want to say never because we've said that before.
Hey,
and
anything's possible. We've seen worst to first. Every sport it happens.
Your magazine said Trout's going to stay healthy and he's going to play all 162.
I couldn't believe the kiss of death. Hey, Trout's really going to give it a go again, and he wants to play every game. And you're like, come on, man. Are you serious? Not happening. But getting back to what we were talking about, and I know we're going to talk about the Seattle Mariners, but this is really interesting, a different way, and I don't know how much Ryan knows about it, but a way that how we could be wagering on sports. Do we have them?
Yeah.
Wagering on sports. They're able to bet in Washington. Obviously, in California, we're not, where we're going to Las Vegas with the A's. We know all about that. But, Ryan, I don't know if you've seen all the stuff about, markets, and it's not like regular sports betting where you're betting on a game and you're betting against the house. Major League Baseball's done this new deal. This would be like basically it's contracts. It's the best way to explain it. It's like trading in the stock market. It's you against other peers. How do you think sports wagering has worked up there in the Pacific Northwest?
I think it's worked pretty well, honestly. I don't like how they do it up there because the tribal casinos have so much money invested in the politicians. You can't use an app to online bet like from your home. You have to go to a casino. You have to be you can use an online app in the casino, but you cannot like bet outside of the casino. So that's kind of a pain, like down here in Arizona, I'm firing away on watching college hoops and golf and everything else, which maybe it's probably a good thing they don't have it in Washington where I can do that. But it's pretty amazing. I mean, like with this new marketplace betting, does that mean that Emmanuel Clase can go out and throw a ball for the first pitch and not get in trouble? Like, what the hell is going on here? Like they have this gambling issue with a pitcher, and all of a sudden they're jumping into bed with something that's not calci, but really is calci. I mean, leave it to Major League Baseball to be the biggest collection of hypocrites that I've ever seen in my life. It's truly amazing every day.
I was talking about it earlier when you work for a team, yes, you're an A's employee or a Mariners employee, but yet you're also under the umbrella of Major League Baseball, that every single year we have to watch these videos. We got to sign off on stuff. We cannot bet. You cannot bet on anything. I mean, you can't bet on anything in California. We can only bet in Nevada if we want to bet football or basketball. That's very strict. And like you said, it's do as I say, not as I do. And it's really tough when you try and play this hard line. And it was one thing when you're just doing DraftKings, but this really is a way that you're trying to say, hey, you should be able to trade stocks, and if it's like sports, to do it in states like California where sports gambling is illegal.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it works in Montana a little bit. They have legalized sports betting there, but again, it's there. You can't use the app-based betting. And that's how you make your money. Like people in the stadium betting on stuff or betting on games while they're watching on TV. That's how the true money is made. I mean, like from a financial standpoint, if you're a state and you want to make money, and that's a good way to make it, the state gets the money back on a lot of that stuff. They get a high percentage of it. I mean, like, I'm surprised. My guess is like MLB jumped into this market share thing that they're doing. It's already like, you watch Quick Pitch or you watch MLB Tonight, they're all doing betting stuff. They were in bed with FanDuel forever, or I don't know, DraftKings. It's just like, there's nothing genuine about it. It's just about making money. Like I don't really get it, but then again, if I can use it when I'm sitting on my couch, then maybe I'll try it.
Bob Nightingale of the USA Today told us at the winter meetings that ABS is being sold as people really care about balls and strikes. And he said the reality is ABS is going to be because of gambling, because you can bet whether it's a ball or a strike. And now you're not going to have, the umpire influencing anybody. It will be Hawkeye. It'll be the machine, and people can bet. Major League Baseball is going to sell that, sponsor it. It's a whole nother thing. We did it with Bob Nightingale. So always going back to gambling. Baseball is so embedded with it, yet they The way they've talked about through the years, unbelievable. Let's talk about the Seattle Mariners. Everybody from the Mariners has returned home to Mariners camp from the WBC. Are we all buddies again? Are we shaking hands again?
No, Randy's been shaking my hand like every day that I see him. He just walks by and shakes my hand or fist bumps me. I guess it's better than a hug, but like I'm not a hugger. But like, yeah, I don't know if that's his new thing, but like he just sees random people, he shakes their hand now. I don't think anybody here thought it was a big deal. I mean, unfortunately, like my editors back home thought it was a big deal and I had to write about it. But like, it's like you try and tell people these guys aren't like best friends. They care about each other. They care that, everybody's trying to pull in the same direction, but it's not like, I think Randy's going to go over to Cal's house and watch Florida State football on a Saturday afternoon. No, that's not how it works. I don't know that Randy has friends on the team. He's kind of a loner. But like, yeah, I think it's been all fine. I think most of the players think it's funny more than anything because, Cal's kind of a hard ass. And so when somebody gives it back to him a little bit, like pitchers love it. I think it's pretty funny.
Well, when you talk about the WBC, I kind of let people have their little thing because it's going away. It goes away. Everybody's prisoner in the moment. It's the greatest thing we've ever seen. Now we don't even know when we'll see it with the Olympics coming up. I don't know if it's going to be in 5 years from now, so we're not going to have to talk about this for a while. But we had a young lady who was going around asking a bunch of people, what do you care more about, World Series or WBC? And it's like asking players in the moment when they have their country's jersey on. It's really not fair. It's really, you're just trying to get content. You're trying to get people to click, and you want people to look at it on Twitter and comment. Did you have to tell it when the Julio Rodriguez thing came out and he said, Mariner fans know how much tough situation, right? And he said the right thing where he said, Mariner fans know how much, but I'm playing for my country right now. Did you have to write about that too?
No, I ignored it.
No.
I thought it was a nothing burger because like the context of the situation, you're right. It's like asking somebody who do you like better, your mom or your dad, while you're standing next to your mom. I mean, like, come on, like that's how does it work?
Which child you like this daughter or you like that daughter better?
I mean, like if it was my parents, if my parents asked me who they like best and my sister was standing there, they'd say they like my sister best. But I mean, I understand that. I like her better than I like me too. So it's okay.
She's not as funny as you though.
No, we have my moments.
All right, Mariner camp. We know you're going to pitch. Mariners got to score runs. Brendan Donovan shows up and Naylor is still there. What do you think? We've talked about this for years with you. Are they going to score enough? That's always kind of like the deal with the Mariners.
Yeah, I think they're going to score a lot. I think they're going to be a better offensive team because they're not going to be as reliant on the home run and they're not going to strike out as much. I mean, they're still going to strike out. You have guys in the lineup that strike out, but I think you have Brendan Donovan, who's got 361 OP or on base percentage, minimal strikeout rate. You had Rob Refsnyder, who's really good from the right-handed hitter against lefties, doesn't strike out a ton against lefties. Naylor doesn't strike out a ton. I just think they're going to be better about putting the ball in play and having better at bats. Their strikeout rate as a team should go down and their walk rate should go up. And I think when you do that, when you have more guys that get on base consistently, you're going to find better ways to score. Get on base more consistently, don't strike out as much. You're going to be able to manufacture runs a little bit better. And they have some guys who can run. Julio and Victor Robles when he's in the lineup. Randy Rosarena can run. Luke Raley can run. So they have some guys. I mean, Josh Taylor stole 30 bases last year. So
shocking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so it's just going to be – I think they're going to be a little bit more diversified as an offense, and they should be able to score more. Like the old teams, when they hit 3 home runs in a night, they were never going to lose, because there's usually a couple 2-run home runs or 3-run home runs. All of a sudden they got 7 runs in a game. They're not going to lose, but there were droughts with that. And I think they're going to be better. They're going to be a more consistent team.
We saw this with Bonds. We first saw it with McGuire and Sosa, and then we saw it with Bonds. It came out of nowhere where all of a sudden we knew the PEDs and everything. But still, it was like having a historic year. It's just not a career year. It's a historic year. It's such a big deal. And you just never know what the next year it's not that long ago, right? I mean, we're just, 5 or so months removed from when Cal Raleigh was having one of the greatest offensive years we've ever seen from a clean player in baseball, especially as a catcher. But just overall, catcher or not, it's one of the greatest years we've ever seen. And as a switch hitter, it's like, 6 months later, you get this thing going again. How do you keep that going? You just never know how someone's going to react. I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to him. Just, the next year, what do you think about what you're going to see from him after something so special last year?
Yeah, I mean, he had such an amazing year that he couldn't get an at-bat in the championship game of the WBC. It's so amazing. I can't even imagine why they couldn't put him in. But to me, it's like, I think he's a realist. He never expected to hit 60. He never expected to hit 50. When he hit 50, he thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Gosh.
He didn't know that he was going to hit 60. I think it's fair to expect him to hit 40. If he makes that kind of contact with how hard he hits the ball, yeah, I think it's fair to expect him to hit 40, and anything above 45 is probably gravy. I think the one thing is they're not he's not expecting it, and he's certainly not going to try for it. And I think that's the one thing that'll help him is like he understands that that's probably a one-off year in a lot of ways. 60 home runs. I mean, like, I just don't think we're ever going to see a catcher ever do that again, including him. I mean, like 60 home runs, 135 RBIs or something like that. Like that just doesn't happen from a catcher, while catching the most innings in the American League. We'll never see something like that again.
From the Bond standpoint, Bonds hit 73 and then never hit 50 again in his career. So it's like, but Bonds still had great years and won MVPs. It's just when you have that magical year to think that that's going to continue to happen, and just the mentality of it, the way a player goes in after having such a special year. Hell, if he hit 35 home runs, it's still a really good year, right? It's amazing once you have that great year. On the MVP thing, I really feel bad for him because I've tried it, because Shea Langoliers for us, obviously what Cal was doing overshadowed with Shea, but Shea had one of the best second halves of anybody in baseball. He was absolutely amazing. And I kept trying to use Shea to help Cal Raleigh when we talked about the MVP, going, all the meetings you got to do, all the preparation for the starting pitchers, the bullpen, knowing everything about the opposing team, what are their strengths and weaknesses, every guy that comes to the plate, knowing your pitchers, your bullpen, being a part of the game plan, the pitching. The catcher does so much. And then, he's got to get ready to play offensively, and he's a switch hitter. Aaron Judge gets to show up and just hit. I still think, and as great as Aaron Judge was, and if you look at the analytics, the year that Cal Raleigh had, I'm still a little bummed he didn't win the MVP. I thought he should have won.
Yeah, I did too. I just think that the wear and tear of catching every day, like Judge was playing right field, and he didn't even play right field that much in the last second half, So it's like the hardest thing he has to do is run out to right field and make a couple catches. And I mean, like, we kind of joked that Carlos Vargas of the Mariners, the reliever who never seemed to throw a strike where it's supposed to be, like, let's see Judge catch him one time. Cal's catching him several times. He didn't have a pass ball all last year. I just think the wear and tear of being a catcher outweighed whatever the absurdity of Aaron Judge's offensive numbers are. But, like, if Cal Raleigh was wearing Yankee pinstripes and put up that number, there'd be freaking songs written about him and movies done off of one season. Like, let's be real here. Like, there is – I'm not saying it's the East Coast bias. It's just, but you put those pinstripes on, it's just a different world, and you get a different level of respect. And Judge is great. Like, he's probably the best offensive player of this generation. But, true value is also being able to contribute in a lot of different ways. And there's no measurable statistics for what Cal Raleigh does for a pitching staff, and also, and even the defensive metrics that we have now, they're pretty flawed. So, like, you can't measure what he does or what he means to a pitching staff and what that value is to a pitching staff.
All right, let's end on this. Out of all the guys in our division who we talk to and cover the teams, you're pretty dialed as much as anybody, and that's why I always say, not only do you bring us Scottsdale Bros and some of the best one-liners that we've ever had on this program in the division, you really know the division. When you break it down, obviously the Mariners are the favorite. Where do you see the A's and where do you see everybody else? If there's going to be somebody who challenges the Mariners for the top spot, who's it going to be?
I think because we had to pick our order, I think I picked the A's second, if the A's still played in the old Oakland Coliseum, if they still played in Oakland, I would pick them second with a chance to win it. But I just think that Sacramento and the ballpark works against them because they don't have the pitching depth that maybe, they want to have. They're still working on building it. Like, they can mash the baseball. They're one of the best offensive teams, and they give the Mariners fits. But, like, I just feel like the park in Sacramento works against them, works against their middle relievers and their bullpen. They just don't have enough depth, enough proven arms yet. And I know they're building it. I know they've got some guys on the way, but right now that's the biggest difference. You don't have Mason Miller in there to kind of clear it up. And so it's like, I think that's the only thing that's really holding them back, where I think that maybe Texas could give them a run for second place in a wild card. But I think the A's are like the first 6 guys in the A's lineup and 7 guys. Like, I don't know that the Mariners got Jacob Wilson out last year in any game I watched, but that's going to be, I think those games are going to be highly entertaining, watching the A's and the Mariners, like kind of like even a few years ago, where they really battled. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Great stuff as always. Enjoy the rest of the spring.
Well, I gotta admit, like, I thought of you the other day, or when I got my rental car this year. So I go to get my rental car and they say I got upgraded. And so I roll in there and I got a gigantic ass Jeep Rubicon with lifted tires as my rental car. Like, the if the vehicle was painted yellow, it would have just said bro on the license plates. But it's gray, but it's like this huge Jeep that I'm driving around. And I was like, and it's got a convertible top, which I have not taken off. But I'm getting in this vehicle, and I thought of you guys going, I got the ultimate Scottsdale bro car right now. I thought about my boy Kelnick. Thought about just driving to Mesa and getting a tribal tattoo on there, maybe some barbed wire or something like that. Get a little extra gel for the hair. But yeah, it's.
Did it pull you to a hair salon so you could get those frosted tips?
Oh yeah.
Did it try and pull you over?
I probably should do it with all the grays that I'm getting right now. So like but it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, I love driving it too, but like I was just like, oh my God, this is so ridiculous.
You're a Scottsdale bro now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go hang out over there in Old Town, hang out with I can't even remember Not Your First Rodeo. That's the place I like going to there in Old Town.
I love it. Can you imagine if you showed up to Sacramento with frosted tips, tribal tattoo on your right arm, barbed wire on your left, you'd be like the coolest guy in town.
I still might, well, in Sacramento, you have to have like a neck tattoo though, too. So I mean, like
you are the best. Enjoy the rest of spring. We'll see you in Sac.
All right. Take it easy, guys. See you.
Oh, he's funny. So Jared Kelnick, who used to play for them, we're doing this show, and he just brings up the whole profile of what a Scottsdale bro is, right? Like every town's got like what the traditional guy is like, and he talked about what a Scottsdale, it's the yellow Jeep, it's the tribal tattoo, and that's what Kelnick's like that. That's who he is. He's like a guy in Scottsdale.
Where'd he end up signing up?
Like in San Diego now with the guys that I grew up with, everybody's got board shorts and a goatee. Every hat's got the flat brim. It's what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Every guy's the same now. Every town's like that. How Cody's like every sports dork, right? No offense.
No. Well, yeah, because you're talking about fantasy. I was like, I don't look like a sports dork. My facial hair is always different. My hair is always different.
Like when you're in like all these text threads and all you guys just text each other about sports all day long.
It's more wrestling than anything. As Ryan Divish was wearing it. Hold on, was wearing an NWO for life. That's the NWO thing.
I forgot with all the fantasy teams you're on. I forgot all the wrestling too.
I blew the Karate Kid Ray's mind today because I told him, "Hey, Sopranos, fantastic show." Because I finished it finally. He goes, "Wow, you really went through." I'm like, dude, I literally did nothing else when I got done working. Is I would just watch Sopranos.
When did Sopranos go off the air?
My last year of high school, so 2007.
You've just watched The Sopranos, and it's 2026.
Yeah, so 20 years almost. Yeah. So actually, believe it or not, I've been seeing more and more people are talking about watching that. I've already seen The Wire.
I understand if you go back and watch something like you've never watched it.
No. Well, I didn't have HBO.
Do you know there's a huge group of people young people now are into Friends?
That makes sense.
Like young people
I've
are going
seen that
back
multiple
and
times.
binge watching Friends.
Because you ask a lot of kids, they, the younger people, kids younger than me, Friends or Seinfeld, they go, we don't watch Seinfeld. They all love Friends. So that makes sense. I mean, it's a popular show. I think it hits every generation. Like, you could watch it no matter how old you are. You're gonna like it.
It's a different kind of comedy.
Yes.
Right.
Where Seinfeld's not. You just have to kind of understand it.
It's sharp. Seinfeld was so well written, so sharp. Friends is good-looking young people all hanging out in New York, right? My wife. If you never need Friends and you're like, man, I wish I could just watch it when I want to watch it, come to my house. In my garage, I have every episode. My wife bought the whatever. It's got every single DVD. You ever want to watch every episode? She's got it here.
If only now it was on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix right now?
I think it was. It might be on some other stream, but it was on Netflix forever.
How many years and how many episodes was it?
Oh, boy.
It's only a half hour, so that's like 21 minutes of
Seinfeld was nine seasons. Friends might have been somewhere around there, where The Sopranos was 6 seasons.
The Sopranos was an hour long.
Yeah, they're close to like 50 to an hour long for each one, where Friends and Seinfeld are like 26 minutes to 30 minutes at the most. Yeah, I want to say, I'll tell my friends is. By the way, Jared Kelenic is a Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, he was an Atlanta Brave. Where is he now?
10 seasons of Friends.
Isn't that amazing? Jared Kelenic was once one of the top young dudes in baseball. He was a top. Was he ever number one?
Nobody was up there because remember he was
a top 5.
He was a Mets top guy
was he originally? Who was he traded for? Ooh. Never mind. He was a top prospect in baseball, and it was like he's going to be great. And now look at it. He's with
Edwin Diaz.
He's with the White Sox now. Is he even going to make the big club? He's got to. They're terrible.
We'll see. I don't know how he's doing in spring, but
all right. Coming up next, it's already starting to happen. Major injuries in Toronto. A's facing the Blue Jays to start the season. Blue Jays on defense of their American League Championship, already in trouble. But more importantly, how am I going to tie the Raiders into the A's? And it's stuff that we've been talking about going the future of the A's. Something's happened with the Raiders that's going to tell you why the future of the A's is so bright. Next, right here on A's Cast Live.
Baseball is back, and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snack. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com, that's athletics.com, to secure your seats today.
Looking to stay up to date on all things A's? Head over to athletics.com/A'sCast. That's athletics.com/A'sCast to listen to A's baseball in full 24/7 coverage of the A's, only on A's Cast. With a single click, you can stream great shows, live pre- and post-game coverage, and of course, all the great action of the A's this season. Head to athletics.com/A'sCast today.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
Tyler Soderstrom joined Chris Townsend to talk about his breakout 2025 season, his new 7-year contract extension, and his commitment to the future of the Athletics.
There was some conversation right at the end of the season last year with what they were planning to come to us with. So we had a good idea. I knew that they were going to come to us with something in November, and, they came with their first offer. Everything is a negotiating process. So there's that whole process. My agent, Garrett Parcell, did a great job at Paragon Sports of, kind of let me and my wife and my family just kind of sit back and, let them kind of handle all of the whole process of it. And, we ended up coming to terms. So it was something that I wanted to do. I mean, I love this organization. I got drafted by them. my relationships that I've built. I mean, that's what's important to me. So I'm just excited, to be here for the long term. And, yeah, like I said, just super blessed.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast. Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 A's season tickets in Las Vegas for just $19.01, honoring the franchise's 1901 founding year. Join the list for early ticket opportunities and support youth baseball and softball in Southern Nevada. Visit athletics.com/Vegas.
The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's...
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
Got a nice note today from Katie Callahan, the daughter of the great Dick Callahan, one of the great men in our organization's history. Miss him all the time, think about him all the time, the voice of the Coliseum, but more importantly, was such a good friend and mentor to so many of us. Just wasn't about baseball, it was about business. He was a great businessman, and I know what he meant to so many different people. Here's a little pen to the great Dick Callahan. We love you, Dick. His daughter is there with a bunch of 11-year-olds. She goes, it's 103. Yay!
Someone just commented that.
Yay!
Dick Callahan, the voice of Safeway. One of the
St. Mary's, Cal. He did Cal football, but
he did a couple Sharks games before.
He was legendary for St. Mary's basketball also.
Gills are playing right now.
And the Warriors. Don't forget, he did the Warriors for years.
Before you do your pay off your tees, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID right here on A's Cast. So I looked it up real quick because you mentioned Dick Callahan and St. Mary's down 4 early in the first half in the NCAA tournament.
Who? St. Mary's?
St. Mary's playing the.
What ended up happening in the Duke game?
Duke ended up winning.
Yeah, there was like paranoid. Duke is down. I'm like, really?
People were sweating.
We really? Like, I'm not falling for that, ESPN. You just want me to click on, as ESPN was sent CBS. Yeah. Do you have the ESPN app? Do you have the CBS Sports app?
All my brackets are.
They are just sending, they're like firing just constantly at your cell phone. It's like you think like you owe money. Like someone's like, do you really expect me to fall? There's 6 minutes left. Duke is not losing this game.
The only major upset that happened so far today was High Point took down Wisconsin. It was a 12-5.
I'll never forget Maxim Magazine years ago did a whole thing about the NCAA bracket and everything and how to wager on it. A 12, if not multiple 12s, will always beat a 5. I think it's happened every single, for like the last X amount of years, a 12 will always beat a 5. Always. Sometimes it's been 3 times in the tournament. 3 times in one tournament, 12 is big, but it's always like 1 or 2, a 12 will beat a 5. Yeah, you think you just got to win one of them, and now, you could have lost the other ones, but you win one, it makes up for everything you lost and more. And if 2 of them win, now you're making big money.
Yeah, the one team, there's a couple like 13 seeds of people, like Jay Billis and stuff from ESPN, like, oh, I think they could do it, and they both got creamed today. Hawaii was one of them. They got blown out by Arkansas, and that's a great John Calipari and the Arkansas Razorbacks.
The best sports coach in the business, John Calipari.
Yeah. And then there was, I forget who the other one was. They lost.
And great hair.
He doesn't go to Silver, in his 60s now. He's getting up there, but yeah, college basketball going on. So, a lot of games. The other local-ish one. You
mean a real tournament? Like we're finally following a real tournament where people have actually earned the right to be in it, and a real tournament that a lot of people actually do watch. Care about.
Are you taking a shot at
Bud Selig's WBC?
Oh, never mind. I thought you were taking a shot at the National Invitational Tournament, the NIT.
No, my daughter was there last night. Cal Bears took down,
I forget who they played.
Illinois State or something like that. Who are they?
Oh, Chicago, Illinois, or Illinois of Chicago. They used to have Sister Jean, I believe.
Our buddy Roxy Bernstein was on the call, ESPN.
So who was it?
Sister Jean is no longer with us.
I know. But she was. I think that's the school she
Well,
was
who
a
did
part
Cal play? Now that you brought it up, who
of.
did they play?
Cal men's.
I was actually watching the game.
UIC Flames. Who? I'm clicking on them. It does not tell me who they are. Who is UIC?
University Illinois Chicago.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I'm thinking Loyola Chicago. That's what I was thinking of. That's Sister Jean.
Anything else you want to confuse the audience on?
They're all big college basketball fans, so they should know all these.
We're all
teams
big
are.
college basketball.
I watched every High Point game this year, and they just took down Wisconsin.
All you got to do is you put it on one of the crazy CBS channel. Like I'm never watching True Town, but all of a sudden I was watching it last night.
That's the nice thing. I think Xfinity does it now. YouTube TV started doing it. They have the multi-view, so you can have 4 games on at once. It's incredible.
I like college basketball. I mean, this is these kids. Think about these kids. This is their one shot. They're playing on national television. This is a huge deal. Can you imagine how awesome the sports book is at Circa right now? Derek Stevens, Circa, come on. This is your chance. 99.9% of these kids will not play in the NBA. This is your chance to be on national television, play on CBS. I mean, the tournament's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. All right. So yesterday I saw this, and you hear the clip of Tyler. Not everybody hears it, but if you're listening on certain or watching, you'll hear this. But like I think on some of our radio networks, you don't hear it.
Correct.
It's Tyler Soderstrom talking about his agent when they were getting the deal done and signing. So we fly down there. It was right after New Year's, right?
No, it was right
before New Year's.
It was the 30th of December.
We flew into Vegas. We're at the MGM. I go down. There's Tyler's parents. There's his agents. We're all there in the lobby. And then we all go, Tyler's wife. We all walk over across the street to the new ballpark. We're all there on the field. Kotz is there. Forrest is there. We're all there. Tyler's taking pictures. He's signing this big cement block where home plate's going to be. Tyler goes up. If you don't know, the ballpark is like massive where it is now. When you stand on the actual field, like the whole behind home plate, all the way down the lines, that's all built, right? It's crazy how big it is. And for all the liars and haters out there, what they're saying to you on Twitter is a lie. But you'll just have to see for yourself. Anyway, we're on the field. And we're talking with his agents from Octagon. And they're like, oh, my God, this is going to be incredible. This is going to be incredible. Like, guys are going to line up to play here. This is the agent, right? This is the agent. He's a big-time agent. Octagon's a big-time agency. He's like, and we started talking about state taxes. Now, I know Buster Olney has talked about Northern California maybe it could be part for expansion. With the way California is going right now, politics, taxes, all the different things, there's no chance an expansion team is coming to California. People are now starting to wake up to, oh my God, the Padres deal with Petco Park ends in 2031, I believe it is. And there's been rumblings of this will never happen. Oh, really? Where have we heard that before? Right? Where have we heard this will never happen? I don't believe the Padres will leave San Diego, but I didn't believe the A's would leave Oakland. I didn't believe the Raiders would leave Oakland. I mean, Seattle basically had the Kings, and the Kings saved it at the last minute. So teams getting away from California is not something new. But let me tell you why the Raiders. So, Maxx Crosby traded to the Baltimore Ravens for 2 first-round picks. Maxx Crosby, the great pass rusher for the Las Vegas Raiders, goes to Baltimore. He's now a Raven. He gets to the building. Very lukewarm reception, according to him. Like, you think you're getting your dude. Everybody should just be, you just gave up 2 first-round picks for a guy. You think like he's coming in, he's Elvis Presley. They didn't treat him like that. He knew something's not right. Well, obviously, shady business by the Ravens. deal. Oh, we're not going to pass him as physical, and then they go another direction. But it was Adam Schefter who said something that is so mind-blowing that it always just hits you right in the face. That Maxx Crosby should be elated. Max wants to win. I get it. And now with Fernando Mendoza, take him with the first pick, all the signings, new coach, new stuff, you got to think things are going to get a lot better, right? But the number one thing is Maxx Crosby going back to the Raiders. Why does it matter? Why would anybody care? Why does this relate to the A's? Because he's just saved over $10 million in state taxes by going back to the Raiders versus being a Baltimore Raven in Baltimore, Maryland. Because of the way taxes work, you get taxed all the different places that you play, but you get taxed most in the home of where the franchise is. Over $10 million, and that's chump change compared to baseball deals. Chump change. I say to you folks, $10 million. I'm going to save you $10 million. We can't even comprehend that. Can you? As a regular guy working for a Major League Baseball team, $10 million?
I would take that every day and twice on Sundays.
It's life change. It's such light. I mean, I don't even have to say it, but it's life-changing money.
Generational wealth.
He just saved that by keeping his contract with the Las Vegas Raiders. That is what's going to be all these contracts we're signing. Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler, Jacob Wilson, Tyler Soderstrom, all these deals backloaded into Vegas. Why? Because it's going to save them a boatload of money. Agents know that. It's why LA, the Dodgers, and the Angels, the Giants haven't been able to do it, and I should say the Padres. It's why they have to overpay. Because you're going to lose all the money. You're going to lose so much money in state taxes. The tide is turning. Life is changing. Less and less. Players used to love, the weather, California, I'd love to play. Now you got to overpay. And now you're going to be like, and it's like, I'll never forget the Pablo Sandoval deal. When Pablo Sandoval was leaving the Giants for Boston. So basically the Red Sox offered Pablo Sandoval the exact same deal. I think it was $85 million or $95 million.
95, yeah.
$95 million. Pablo saved millions because Massachusetts is a flat 5% state tax. So just the difference in state tax from when he was in Boston, San Francisco, he saved millions. Yeah, where Pablo Sandoval grew up, millions is a lot. Hell, where I grew up, millions is a lot. Where anyone grew up, millions is a lot. That plays, man. For the future of where we're going in sports. And we're such in a heated world in politics, and everybody is protecting their narratives and whatever. But California is becoming a place where it's like, and the way they're going to potentially tax people, especially billionaires, let alone the fear of how that will filter down. Guys are out. See you later. And how that's going to work for sports. I mean, if I can offer you a contract for $100 million. Well, if you're paying 13.3% in the 81 games that you play in California, and when you play, okay, if I'm a San Francisco Giant, I'm playing 81 games in San Francisco. I'm playing the games against the Dodgers in California. I'm playing against the Padres in California. I'm playing against the Angels in California. And I'm still playing against the A's in California as of right now. Think of all those dates. It's over 100 games you're playing in California that you're getting taxed at the highest tax rate versus if you're in Nevada and you get 0 for those 81 games.
That's why it's interesting now. It's going to be interesting.
So that $100 million offer you, what do you have? I'm just putting $100 million. If I offer you $100 million, what do they have to offer you to make it even equal? They can't say, well, we're going to offer you $100 million too. Well, I've just lost money. I've lost a lot of money. This stuff's real. And it's stuff that's really come on more and year after year. Like we never thought about this when I first got into this business. Now that's agents are talking. I mean, this is what we're talking about. I remember when I worked for the Raiders and they were talking, they were in Oakland and then they're moving to Vegas. And that was like all the talk. John Gruden signed that 10-year, $100 million deal. It was all backloaded into Nevada because of the state taxes. That's going to play huge for us. Huge. And you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of people listening. You don't like it. Well, too bad. That's just reality. And these states are just they're struggling, and they've got to figure out tax, and we'll get to Vegas and won't have to worry about that anymore.
That's what I was going to say. Like, it's interesting to see how this works out in other sports for teams like the Mariners, for example. I believe there's some new tax, and there's a millionaires tax now that they're doing in Washington. So I think it's like 9-point-something%. So that's going to go up. So, I mean, how many free agents are going to sign with the Mariners, the Seahawks? When the NBA comes back, I mean, who's going to want to, and the Kraken also in hockey, like that's going to affect all those teams in Washington, especially now if they're talking about, because expansion, 2 teams in basketball they're thinking about for expansion, Las Vegas and Seattle. And are players going to want to sign long-term deals in Seattle if you're getting taxed 10%?
You're the resident hockey expert for all your years growing up on the frozen ponds of Pittsburgh.
That's correct, in the barn.
They're saying why Florida teams are so dominant. Why? Because all the players want to sign there because of state taxes.
You know what other team has a lot of good players and they're dominant pretty
good? That
good?
would be the Las Vegas Knights.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have a lot of one of the biggest free agents this past offseason was Mitchell Marner, who came over from Toronto to go to Las Vegas because of, well, chance to win, but also taxes.
We flew on the Las Vegas Knights plane from Arizona to Vegas.
That's what I heard. Yeah. How was it?
It's a plane. I mean, it's always funny when you fly out, because like normally
that's a championship plane.
Normally, for years we share the Dallas Mavericks plane owned by Mark Cuban. So we've flown on the Mavericks plane for years, right? And people are always like, "Oh my God, what's it like?" It's a plane. Mavericks plane's different because all the seats are for basketball players, so your seats are massive. This is just regular. It's a regular plane, but all they did is put the Knights logo on it, and the Knights logos everywhere. But it's a plane.
Nothing special about it?
That's plain.
They don't have a Stanley Cup hanging around anywhere. I mean, they did win one a few years ago.
No, they didn't have it.
They have a good team this year, too.
It's cool. By the way, record-breaking WBC viewership. Title game drew 10.8 million viewers.
Yeah, I wrote that down about where that was ranking against the NBA Finals averaged 10.2 million. The WBC got 10.8.
Wait, what?
This is from Bill Shaken of the LA Times.
Now, this is not something that's great about the WBC. This is telling you apathy for the NBA. Wow.
10.8 for U.S. Venezuela the other night on Fox. The NBA Finals in 2025 averaged 10.2 million viewers.
That's it?
I get it. Oklahoma City versus Indiana. That's 2 small markets. That's what it was, but that's 10.2. Then the World Series got 15.5. This is in the U.S. This is based primarily in the U.S.
I looked up the other day because remember when they were bragging about the Dominican United States game was 7.4 million?
Yep.
I just took a popular game. I went and looked at the Red River rivalry. We all knew it was a Red River shootout. It's the great rivalry game between Texas and Oklahoma that dates back to the what conference? See, Cody always gets to ask people questions like he's smart. No one ever gets to ask you the questions. Like, know your Mariners today with Johnny Doskow. What conference, legendary conference, they played in for years?
Well, it's not the Big 12. Before that. Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's not legendary, but I don't know.
Oh, wow. I thought you knew everything.
Pac-8.
Pac-8. Yeah, the Big West. No, the Southwestern Conference. They used to all play in the Southwestern Conference. It was the dominant conference back when we were paying players illegally. The good old days, SMU, right? So I went and checked, and I said, okay, the Red Rivalry shootout this year, that's like week 4, week 5. That's not a standalone game, by the way. That's a full slate of college football all day long.
Let's see when they play this year. I'm just curious. Go ahead.
So it's all day long. So it's not a one-off in prime time like we're talking about with these games. Now, I want you guys to think about that. This is where when you think of football, you go, oh, my God. They got a peak rating. It was a 9 a.m. kickoff, so noon on the East Coast. You're not sitting alone. It's a full day of college football. That game alone got a 8.7 million people with a peak of 9.3. And they weren't in prime time. They were Saturday morning. and which you'd be like just starting Saturday afternoon. So when we brag about like these ratings, I always just kind of chuckle going, yeah, our sports are trying to like make it look better. I mean, it is nice. That's a great rating. It is. That really is. But you're a standalone game on national TV. We got college football games that beat that, and they're going up against all the other college football games.
I'm just trying to see.
I'm not even bringing up NFL. I'm talking college football games.
I'm just trying to see what other big games are on that weekend they play. Let's see, there's not really anything big
Is this
yet.
last year or this year?
Is this year. We got.
Well, how many? Like you're one of what? 50-something games? Wait, San Jose State.
Georgia, Alabama, San Jose State,
Wyoming.
Hosting
the Cowboys come to town. But yeah, that's an early season game.
Yeah, Texas and Oklahoma.
I was just bringing up an early season. I mean, if we started getting later in the season and did like big time matchups in the SEC, those games are good. Some of those, I remember it was Georgia. Was it Georgia, Texas? They got like over 20 million people to watch.
Stanford at Notre Dame. But Florida, Georgia's that
Notre Dame, Miami may be monstrous this year at Notre Dame. The great road trip, Mike and I will be in attendance. I will be going to Notre Dame.
I'm trying to see if there's any other match. There's a couple. Florida, Georgia might get a lot of ratings.
Cody, you don't need to go over the schedule of the 2026 Week 4.
Just looking at comparing what
you're not even doing Week 1. You're doing Week 4 or 5.
Texas, Oklahoma. That's why I was looking to see when it was.
That's what was happening then, or this year?
That's this year coming up.
Well, we're talking about last year's game.
There was a lot of big games then too. For their play.
So when you it's a good number for baseball. What? There's a lot of things that have been said about it, but the WBC stuff will now go away, and we don't even know when it's going to be played again.
They're saying either 2029
I guarantee
or 2030.
when they play it again, it'll be in South Florida. Because that's where it works.
Oh, I saw more people picking up on that now. Oh, it's a perfect location. This is a great best place to do it.
I've been telling you, because I saw Dominican versus Puerto Rico at Pac-Bell Park. People weren't dancing in the streets.
Just saw like everyone's now bogarting, saying, "Oh, they should play the WBC in the middle of the season."
You're not going to get. This isn't a perfect location. We explained it the other day. It is a home game. Your goal, certain team. Put it this way. If Italy was playing Australia, we're in trouble. It doesn't matter where you play it. Okay? If the randos got in, we're in trouble. As long as you have the United States and Japan, you're good. Now, if you don't have the United States or Japan, you need one of the Caribbean/Latin American teams has got to be in it. And then you could just look at AI. How many Venezuelans are in South Florida? How many Dominicans are in South Florida? How many Puerto Ricans are in South Florida? And the numbers are massive. It's a home game for them. They don't have to get on a plane. They don't have to buy hotels. They can it's a drive. And they pack it. Because we saw in San Francisco, we didn't see the streets of San Francisco full with Dominican Republic fans and Puerto Rico fans. We didn't see that. So it's a perfect location. So when they say that this is the greatest thing we've ever seen, that's only going to – the minute you take it out of there, if we put it like in Seattle, Seattle's an international city. They have a roof. We put this in Seattle. If it's Team Japan, wow, that will be massive. Right? If it's but if it was like it was in San Francisco in 2013, if that's the Dominican Republic against Puerto Rico, we got problems. We got attendance problems. We've got issues. So they have found their sweet spot, as we said earlier this week. This works in one place and one place only because of all the different data you can put around it. Location, location, location. South Florida, this works. Where do they put? So these first rounds, where do they put the Dominican Republic and Venezuela and Puerto Rico? Where do they put all of the Caribbean nations and the Latin American countries? Where do they play the first round in Milwaukee? They have a roof.
Correct, they do. American Family Field.
Do they put them in Toronto? That's an international city.
They do not.
Who else has a roof in the Midwest? Does anyone else have a roof in the Midwest?
No, Kansas City does not. St. Louis does not. Chicago does not.
Obviously, Tampa had the issues with the stadium, but a few years ago, did they put them in Tampa? No. Where do they put them?
Miami. Sorry, we got sent something about Bryce Harper saying something. But yeah, they play Miami.
See, Cody is so distracted, like a simple text from somebody we work with, and it takes him off.
It was a passing thing, so it made me think it was something bigger.
You're
that I got duped.
These kids they're so distracted. You're not even a kid. You're so distracted. But so in the first round, where they put the United States, and who are they tied to?
We played in Texas.
And then the tournament before, we played in Arizona. Yeah. And who's always in our bracket?
Mexico.
Location. They figured out, we really going to have the title game in San Diego, LA, or San Francisco? No, because it doesn't work.
Was it there in 17 or 18? I think.
So I think the first one was in San Diego. Second one was in LA. Third one was in San Francisco. Then back to LA. And we're all still going, and then all of a sudden they hit South Florida and realize, ding, 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 we've got a winner.
I keep thinking of San Diego because that catch Adam Jones made where he robbed the home run. He robbed Manny Machado of a home run, and it was in San Diego. And I kept thinking that was the championship game, but I don't think it was.
I mean, they found their sweet spot. But people are going down Jeter's Road, and it's like, folks, let me tell you something. The minute you take this out of South Florida, you don't have what you have. So if it has to be if you think this thing is so great and it's so much bigger, put it in Tokyo. Let's see everybody fly from South Florida to Tokyo to support this. Let's see everybody fly to Toronto. Let's have the finals in Toronto. This thing is so big, as you say it is. Let's have it in Toronto. Let's see how it's attended and how it goes. Everybody knows it wouldn't be the same. So they have found their niche. They've found their spot. But lay off on people who don't totally buy into everything you're selling. Like when Derek Jeter, who says it's still about the World Series, you don't understand, represent your country. Well, where were you in 2013 in San Francisco when we had Puerto Rico and we had Dominican Republic? Where were all you people saying this then? You weren't, because it wasn't a home game for you, because it wasn't right in your backyard. The only way this thing is what it is you got to put this right in. Because of the multicultural, because of everything that's great about Miami, it works perfect. You take it out of Miami, it's not the same thing. So if it has to be in one place, like the Super Bowl moves around and it works anywhere you put it, it's great. If you have to be in one location only, then hey, I get it. It was fun. It's great. Let's watch it. It gives us programming. We're talking baseball. We're watching baseball. But at some point, there's a little settle down too, right? A little bit. Toronto has got problems. They've got big problems. Johnny Doskow, a sweating Johnny Doskow, will play Know Your Mariners and talk about some issues with the Blue Jays next, right here on A's Cast Live.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
'25 All-Star Brent Rooker joined Towny on A's Cast Live to discuss the special bond in the A's clubhouse.
There really is, and it's developed over the past several years since I've been here in 23. The guys who have kind of been through the rebuild, and a lot of them came to the minor leagues during that time, and got here in 23 or 24 or whatever it was, and it makes coming to work fun when you like the people you work with, when you like the guys that you're hanging out with, because we're together for 8 months. We're together 8 hours or at least 8 hours a day every single day. So we're hanging out, and it makes it easier to perform, easier to improve, easier to want to show up and grow as an individual and as a group when you like the guys you're doing it with.
You can watch the full interview at youtube.com/athletics or listen at athletics.com/A'sCast.
Baseball is back, and big league action has never been more affordable. For a limited time, grab your tickets to see the A's in West Sacramento for just $8. That's right, only $8 for select games this April and May. Catch the showdowns against the Royals, Cardinals, and American League West rivals, the Mariners and the Rangers. Whether it's a midweek getaway or an afternoon at the park, Don't miss your chance to see your A's for less than the price of a ballpark snap. Tickets are moving fast. Head to athletics.com, that's athletics.com, to secure your seats today.
The A's YouTube page is your go-to destination for A's video content. Get access to great highlights, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, classic games, A's Cast Live, and more. Visit youtube.com/athletics.
The time is now. Grab your sunglasses, A's gear, and get ready for some fun in the sun. Spring training is back as the Athletics get ready for the 2026 season. Now's the time to make plans to catch us in Mesa, Arizona, and enjoy the sunshine of your family and friends. Grab your tickets for the best seats at the lowest prices as your green and gold take on the Dodgers, Giants, Cubs, Padres, and more at Ho-Ho-Cam Stadium. Don't wait. Get your tickets at athletics.com/spring. That's athletics.com/spring.
Unlock offers and receive exclusive in-game features by downloading the MLB Ballpark app for iPhone and Android today. Plus, get the latest information on game time, schedules, and more.
A's Cast Live continues from the studio. Here's Chris Townsend.
So a little programming note. So we'll be on tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then we're done. Spring training's over for us. Then the next time you will see us is in San Francisco at the NBC studios, getting you ready for opening day. We come on at 2 o'clock?
Correct, 2 o'clock. 2 to 3 o'clock.
Going to be a big show. I'm sure we're going to have Steve Sachs, Shooty Babbitt will stop by. Tim Kirkchin of ESPN fame, I believe, is going to be in Toronto. We're going to talk to him. He just came out with an article about Brent Rooker.
Correct. It's on ESPN.com right now.
And quickly, Cliff Notes.
Talked about, Rooker, kind of what we talked about before, but him essentially, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it to major leagues. Kurt told his whole story of, drafted by the Twins and the Padres, Royals, us picking him up, what he means to the clubhouse. He could dunk a basketball. Didn't know that. So there's stuff in there about Rooker but it was a good piece, is highlighting Rooker's career and everything. You didn't know? You knew he could dunk a basketball?
When?
Oh, he says he still does it now.
Brent Rooker can dunk.
That's what he says, to make him feel, somewhere along the lines of make him feel young still or something like that. What the fuck? We'll have to dig into this and find out for sure.
I want Johnny Doskow, and I want him now. I want my private investigator, Johnny D. Johnny, have you ever seen or heard that Brent Rooker can dunk a basketball?
This is the first I have heard of it, and you know what? I kind of believe it. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4". He's got some athleticism to dunk. For sure, he could dunk a volleyball. I think he could dunk a basketball. I would say, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say yes, he can dunk.
All right, Brent Rooker.
What do you think?
I'm right now. You know me. I always bet. He's 6'3".
I'm looking for the exact quote from Kirkman in this article now.
6'3" with a little hops, you're dunking, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know if he's got hops. When he plays the outfield, he doesn't look like he's like the most. He is not Denzel Clark. Like, if you tell me Denzel Clark's reverse jamming, I'm like, yeah, that's Denzel Clark's 2 basketballs. Brent Rooker. All right, we're gonna have Rook on. That maybe
they're saying he did dunk. He could dunk back in the day. They say he can dunk presently.
I'm trying to find the direct quote, but he talked about dunking a basketball.
All right, you know what, Detective Johnny?
Is that right?
Yeah, once a year on his birthday.
The great Ken Korak says once a year on his birthday, November 1st, every year. So
great birthday, Johnny. Shares that day with me. Great day.
I know. Yep.
Can you tell your partner to your left that he better be ready tomorrow? Because we've been softballing him, and we always softball him. Tomorrow, we're gonna end our last show. We're gonna take our baseball historian, the Hall of Famer Ken Korak, and it's gonna be Know Your Cubs, my friend. You better study up on the North Siders. We're not going South Side. We're going North Side.
Don Kessinger.
Okay,
not everything's going to be not everything's going to be Mark Grace either. I'm telling you that now.
Okay, get ready. Know your Cubs, Hack Wilson. Know your Cubs.
What Cubs outfielder hit 60 home runs 3 straight years? I bet you can't get it.
What Cubs outfielder at 60 home runs 3 straight years? Sammy Sosa, right?
Yes. He's the only guy ever to do it in baseball. Don't worry, it's going to be much harder than that. It's not going to be all Ron Santo and Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, we're bringing it tomorrow.
Andy Pafko. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited.
His great grandson is one of our broadcasters.
Oh, there we go. Who is Harry Carey?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough. All right, Johnny, first, let's talk a couple things I want to get into. Earlier today might have been the line of the year of spring training where I was getting the travel details of the Athletics to Toronto. The Athletics are going to spend a couple days. And I went, well, what are you going to do? And part of what you were going to do where you talked about working out, and the great Ken Korak basically clowned you. And it's one of the great lines. Like, are you serious about working out?
He crushed it.
I mean,
it's just a daily thing. Yeah.
It was like a Mike Tyson fight. It was one punch, you were down, and the fight was over. Here's Jim Lampley apologizing.
I was down goes Doskow. I mean, I was out cold. No, he got me pretty good. And look, I came to camp and fight and weight, as you know, and it hasn't gone well for me since I got to camp. So I've got to clean it up a little bit because it's getting out of control.
You've gained weight at camp?
Oh, I gained a lot of weight in camp. Usually guys lose weight. I gained weight in camp. Yes.
You're the only guy who gained weight there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm the only radio guy. I'm not saying Korak, but I'm sure there are other radio guys in baseball that have gained since camp started. But yeah, I gotta clean it up.
You're supposed to get in shape in spring to get ready for the season, not get fat in spring and then get shape during the season.
This is what I'm saying. I'm just being honest with the fans. I'm being honest. Right?
He's the Pablo Sandoval of A's broadcasting. No offense to Pablo Sandoval.
He's going on the wall. Be careful.
With all due respect to Pablo Sandoval, right? Exactly.
Hey, and one of the places that you've been going, you went over to Burrito Zilla, our new place again.
Oh my gosh.
Burrito Zilla right there
Yes.
in downtown Mesa. We like to tell people and give them, so when you're going to spring training, places that you know, Burrito Zilla.
Burrito-holics.
Burrito-holics. Why was I saying Burrito Zilla?
Burrito-holics, yeah.
Blake Sells.
Burrito-holics is phenomenal. You guys took me there. It is Burrito-holics is a major thumbs up.
It is. It is so good. And not only did I have the burrito, but I had the six corn quesadillas. So we wonder why I'm gaining weight. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good.
And this is not a taco shop. This is not a taco shop. This is the restaurant, the way it's decorated, it's beautiful. It's a restaurant. Burrito-holics. And they do have the specials with tacos and everything, the chips and salsa. Phenomenal. Burrito-holics. We want to give them a shout out one last time because we like to, when someone's got a legit product, we like to highlight it. And then our fans, when they're going down there, it's like, where do we go to dinner at night? We like to give you the options that are close to the ballpark.
Oh, it's so good, Towny, and the guy who owns it is so personable. He comes up and we talk baseball and ask him about his business. He's crushing it. It was packed as always on a Wednesday night. It was packed as it always is. So yeah, always great to see him, and the food is delicious for sure.
So Johnny and I were on the phone today. It was an interesting conversation, and we were talking about the A's win total right now. It stands at 75.5. 75.5. So we are talking about it, and Johnny is someone who is a glass half full. What makes him special as a person? He is someone who's a lover. He's not a fighter. He roots for everybody. He's special people. Johnny, like I said about Lawrence Butler, having someone like you in our organization makes us all better. But then there's the reality of, 75.5 wins. Vegas doesn't care about your rose-colored glasses. The desert doesn't care. They make you earn it. They make you prove it.
Up.
You can't hear me?
The Wi-Fi is just not good today, but I did hear what you said, and I will say this. Yes, I'm definitely a rose-colored glasses guy, but 75.5, I think to most everybody seems low to me for a win total for the A's with this team. I'm surprised. Look, but as you said, look, the people who set the lines, they look at all the facts. They don't have a rooting interest. They don't, they deal in facts. So that's their number. But I too, rose-colored glasses or not, I believe that number is low for 70 for the A's. I think they will go over that number. I do.
Where right now? Obviously, nobody's hurt. Everybody loves everybody. Everything's going good. Where do you, if you had a win total, Johnny D's win total, where do you see them right now?
Well, I mean, look. It all comes down to the pitching. I had them, if I was to make a prediction, I would say 82 and 80 or 83 and 79 for the total.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's totally
fair. That would be. I think it'll probably be better than that, but that would be my prediction for it. How about you?
I think 82, 83 is really, really fair. Even if you said 81, I think it's fair. It's when people start going, oh, no, they're going to win 88. You're like, whoa. Could that be? Sure. You got to go on a heat. A lot to prove.
Yes.
But yeah, this team has, you have to think, because you've studied this, Johnny. They had some bad losses early. You studied the Seattle series early, the San Francisco. If they had that, and then the slide came, right? That they beat the Dodgers. Kurtz hits his first home run at Dodger Stadium. The A's win. Then they get mauled the next two games. So it's like that kind of led to that losing 20 of 21. If they don't do that, of course they would have won over 76.
For sure. And look, I look back at those five in the offseason. I thought about those four games. There were two against Seattle at home, in Sacramento. That games that they could have won and they did not. They lost leads late, and the two games against San Francisco that were just heart-wrenching for the A's because those games were in their hands. So those four games, and then you saw just Murphy's Law after that, and it was a tough run at 20 of 21, and you end up winning 76 games. Look, easy to say without that 20 of 21, but that is a part of their season. That 20 of 21 was a part of that season, and you can't deny that. But I do think that. I think that 75.5 is low, and I do think that you kind of saw the momentum of that season shift with those four games. You really did.
I agree with you. I do believe we will win more than 70.5 games. Commander, are you in with us, or are you going to be
70.5 or 75?
75.5.
Yeah, I think we do too. I'm not going to go 76. I think that the 80, the 81 range is probably right. I don't want to be Captain Obvious 81, 81, but I'll say 82 and 80.
Well, hey, man, right now, 81 and 81 is a very good improvement.
It's 5 more wins than last year.
I mean, but I think we want them to be better than that. We think they can be better than that. But if we're being fair, I think that 82, 83 range. And, oh, by the way, your 82, 83 range, we'll be looking at that last wild card spot. You'll be
just be in the hunt. Be in the hunt, right? Just be in the hunt. That's what you want.
Arizona won it with 84 wins. They got into the playoffs with 84 wins. All right, Johnny, everybody's favorite game. It is and today it is Know Your Mariners. I know how much time and love you've spent in the Pacific Northwest.
Here we go. Let's do this.
All right, Johnny, first question. Softball. I am a former Mariners Gold Glove winning second baseman who once beat Ricky Henderson for most steals in a season.
Harold Reynolds.
Look at
Correct.
that.
That's one. Look at one.
Mariner Johnny. Look at that. I love it.
Okay, here we get a little tougher. I was the first Mariner to hit for the cycle. I was once traded for Ken Phelps, and Frank Costanza lost his mind.
Think Seinfeld.
Who is Jay Buhner?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Mr. Pacific Northwest.
I love it. We're going to call him not Sky Dome. They were the, what was their dome? Kingdom.
Kingdom, yeah.
Kingdom Johnny.
The Mariners have had 2 players win the most valuable player award. Who are they?
Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy, not Randy Johnson.
No,
you know this, Kenny?
He wasn't born in this country.
Ichiro from Ken. Ichiro, right? Yeah.
All right, there you go.
And,
you got
Alex Rodriguez.
No, you said Griffey already. It was Griffey and
All right, okay.
Alex Rodriguez didn't win an MVP until Texas.
Okay, Johnny. I'm the Mariners' all-time leader in defensive WAR, according to Baseball Reference, and I still currently work for the team.
He works for the team, Johnny. He's there today.
Who is Edgar Martinez? Tell him.
Mike Cameron.
Oh,
Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson is your answer.
That's D-War.
That's a great question. Wow.
That is it is a great question because you're thinking, well, Griffey, Ichiro. No.
Awesome.
Dan, the captain of the ship, Dan Wilson.
I have the most extra base hits, 838 in Mariners history.
You just mentioned the name. Right-handed hitter. You just mentioned his name. He's right-handed.
It's
838.
Edgar Martinez.
There you go.
There you go.
I am the only Mariners manager to win Manager of the Year twice as the manager of the Mariners.
And nobody threw bases like this guy.
Lou Piniella.
On fire. I am the first Mariner to win a Gold Glove Award while with the team.
First Mariner win a Gold Glove Award. I would say I think it's Harold Reynolds.
No.
This guy was
Alvin Davis.
This guy was a lefty on the mound
from Santa Clara.
He's a Spartan.
Soccer player.
Mark Langston.
Correct. The pride of San Jose State, and he grew up in Santa Clara. Greatest San Jose State baseball player of all time.
I am the Mariners' all-time wins leader.
Jamie Moyer. Okay. I'll say it is
more recent. Never pitched in the postseason.
King
Felix. King Felix Hernandez. He said it. Yep.
All right, two more, Johnny.
Felix Hernandez.
This one's tough. I had to look this one up extra to find it. I have the most starts as a starting pitcher in Mariners postseason history.
This is the one I couldn't get. I went Jamie Moyer.
The answer is 6, so it's not many.
Wow.
This is hard.
He was a White Sox as well. I'm trying to remember.
He got traded to the White Sox, yeah. Right-handed.
Him, Aaron Seeley. They were Moyer. They're all in the rotation together.
I don't know.
Freddie Garcia.
Tough.
Oh, good one. Gosh,
all right.
That's
the bonus question. Give him the food one. This is a great question.
What toasted insect can you get at Edgar's Cantina at T-Mobile Park?
What is a cricket?
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper, Johnny. Grasshopper.
Sorry.
It's 106 there. You expect this guy to think when there's 106?
That's a great question, actually. I like it.
Hey, do you guys got you got air conditioning in the booth, right?
Say it one more time, brother.
You got air conditioning in the booth, right?
Oh, yeah. No, we're set here. Yeah, no, we got AC. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're fine.
All right. Then you're good. You're good. You guys, Johnny, you've had a wonderful spring once again. It's been an honor to have you be a part of the greatest game in spring training. We'll resume this game next year, spring training.
Absolutely. I love the game. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Thank you.
And the cool thing is we'll ask you all the same questions because no one's going to remember what we did this year. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Right. Know your Mariners next year. Just get ready.
Johnny, be prepared.
Same questions.
The next time we see you, we'll be on Hot Take Tuesday.
Oh my gosh! I can't
wait. We'll be in Atlanta. We'll be in Hot Atlanta for Hot Take Tuesday.
Absolutely, Hot Atlanta Hot Take Tuesday.
And you know what you're going to need to have with you for Hot Take Tuesday in Hot Atlanta? You got to go get some hot chicken.
I'll probably have it during the segment.
Yes, we've never done Hot Take Tuesday in Hot Atlanta.
First
It's going to
time
be
for
emotional.
Have a great call tonight.
See you, Johnny. The internet was getting spotted there at the end, so it's when we ended him. I was looking up for tomorrow for Ken Korak.
Don't give him any hints. He can hear in his headphones.
It's okay.
We're coming at him tomorrow.
Let's look at this one.
Oh, he was. That is that.
Then I'm going to look up who's saying it the most. So there we go. Well, it might be him, so we'll find out.
Oh, it's got to be him. Don't give any hints. Tomorrow, it's the ultimate test. Tomorrow's the World Series for Ken Korak. Might be the biggest. Might be the biggest broadcast of his career. Ken Korak and know your Northsiders, the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah. Do you want to end with Aaron Civale or Scott Barlow? Civale's in the mound today.
I just want to I tell everybody as the Athletics are opening up with the American League champs, Jose Barrios, stress fracture, right elbow, and now Savage is hurt for the Blue Jays. What's he got?
He has a shoulder impingement, so he's going to start the season on the IL.
So basically, they got Dylan Cease, they got Gausman, Old Man River, and Scherzer.
They have Cody Ponce, they signed from, I think he was in Korea or Japan. He has very little major league experience. And then they have one other starter we were looking at. Eric Lauer, who pitched depth for them.
So here you go. The kid they rode to the World Series, Savage, and Barrios on the shelf. It's happening, folks. Starting pitchers already going down. You want to talk about these first games for the A's, after what's happened the last few years, the start of the season is so crucial. I've been saying it over and over again. I'm going to say it again tomorrow. Tell me what the record's going to be on May 31st. If the A's are going to have a shot at the playoffs, they can't bury themselves early. And if you're telling me you're going in against a Blue Jays team and all of a sudden all their starters are falling apart, we will see. This is a big opening series. Friday at Rogers Center. Next Friday, going to be huge. Aaron Civale on the mound today. Aaron Civale signed as a free agent for the Athletics. Here is our conversation with him down at spring training. Civale here with us on A's Cast Live. How are you? And welcome to the Athletics.
Thanks, doing great.
So this is a very interesting time, switching team here and signing right before spring training. What was it like going through that process and really finding a home inside a rotation?
Yeah, it's the first time going through free agency, so it's first time since college choosing where you're going to go play. And there's a lot of reasons to like being here and big draw, so I'm super excited to be here. Yeah, it's so interesting when you think about that. I mean, it's not often you get that opportunity. The only problem is probably you think during that time is there's a lot of waiting, and the number one thing you got to have patience. Yes, patience is definitely a number one thing. There's a lot of things that you could think might be the right situation, and maybe someone else doesn't. So you just got to continue to trust all the work that you've done in the past and keep doing everything you normally do to prepare for the season, and just keep your head down and keep going about it. So watching this group from afar, you watched them as they've been kind of young guys now growing up. What have you thought about the Athletics before this season, and now what do you think about coming in the clubhouse and really getting to know them? Yeah, I think it's a group of a lot of talented and hungry young guys. I've been a part of several teams that are very similar to that, which is really exciting. Going back to your Tampa days, no question. Back to Cleveland, Tampa, short time with the White Sox last year. There's a lot of young guys over there that are going to surprise some people. I think at the end of the day, when everyone's fighting for the same thing, when you have a strong leader like Kotz, and you can get behind the messaging that he's providing, and you mix in a few things here and there, the ceiling is limitless. I think what this team can do from a talent perspective, I don't think anyone's going to be questioning that. It's just how consistent they can do it, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. So interesting. I think the outside looking in, a lot of people go, oh, they got a bunch of young guys, but now we start to look at the rotation with Severino, Springs, and yourself. That's three veterans right there. What do you think about when you see the starting rotation? There's a lot of young starters too that are going to add depth throughout the season. Just how do you view it? Yeah, I think it'll be good. There's a lot of experience there, and there's a lot of talent, and in both sides, both the young side and the guys that you just mentioned. But something that I will carry with me every day is all the things I've learned over the past 7 seasons. No doubt. There's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs. I've played with a lot of guys that have gone through a ton of things, so I've done my best to kind of take all that in over the past 7 years in the big leagues and try and apply that the best I can for both myself and see if I can pick and choose situations to apply it to some other guys. And I'm going to continue learning myself. If you stop learning in this game, then you're going to fall behind. But at the end of the day, you have experience and you have a good leadership and you have a good core. Something that's always boded well for rotations I've been on is a little friendly competition between each other. Seeing one guy do one thing and then you use that as confidence to apply that to yourself. And hopefully that's something that we can have here.
I absolutely love it because we were just, last year honoring Hudson Mulder and Zito, putting them into the A's Hall of Fame, and that's something that they always talked about. It was the competition inside the group. You never want to be the person who lets people down, and you want to be the one who's pitching the best, but it's that friendly competition and that iron sharpens iron inside the room. I love when you say that, the competition within each other. It's something that's very, very healthy.
Yeah, and you have to include friendly because it can be unhealthy if you do it in the wrong way. But knowing that you're pulling for each other and having each other's backs and you're all trying to achieve the same goal, that's something that's special at the major league level. Is there's nowhere above this that you can get to. So you're trying to win no matter what. At the end of the day, the thing that matters the most is the team win, and you're trying to help each other do that and be in the best space possible, both physically and mentally. And you're trying to learn from what happened the night before, what happened the series before, what happened last time you faced that team. And Severino's been doing this a really long time. Springs has been doing this a really long time with high success levels from both of them. So I'll look to them for myself. To try and draw things from them, and if it can be the other way around, then your rotation really should just be a springboard, going ideas off of each other and making sure you're all staying in line and you're all working together.
All right, so we talked to Sevy earlier today, and I don't know if you set goals at certain numbers or whatever, but with Sevy, it's like at least 30 starts, at least 180 innings. I mean, starters, it's about how many starts and innings can you give the ball club. Is there something you project for yourself, kind of goal going into this year? Because you know you're going to get the ball a lot from Marcotte.
Yeah, I think for me, it's always the goal every year is getting out there and taking the ball every fifth day you can. Sometimes it's out of your control, but just making sure I'm as prepared as possible every day, making sure that I'm putting my body in the right spot, my mind in the right spot, being ready to compete and when that ball is given to me and giving my best effort until the ball is taken out of my hand. But yeah, I would say trying to get as many starts as I can, trying not to miss any. And at the end of the day, you take care of those innings and everything else takes care of itself.
All right, we've been asking everybody and we've gotten a lot of different answers. What's the coolest thing that you did or happened to you this offseason that has nothing to do with baseball?
I saw a glacier in the southern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that we've had babies, we have weddings, we've had engagements, nothing like that. Pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's cool. One Argentina and then Iceland.
So you do a little traveling.
Yeah, very cool.
I like that idea, kind of get your mind off free agency, go travel a little bit and then not worry about it.
If you do it early enough, it doesn't get in the way.
Well, I got to tell you, we were all so fired up when we found out that you signed with the Athletics. I mean, really bringing that veteran presence that's going to help so much within that clubhouse, because it was kind of one of the things that we needed more of, and you're definitely going to bring that with your experience. So welcome to the Athletics. We look forward to having you on the show throughout the year. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in Sacramento.
Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Secure your spot for priority access to 2028 season tickets at the A's Ballpark in Las Vegas for just $19.01. The amount honors the founding year of the Athletics franchise in 1901. By joining the priority list, you'll get an early opportunity to grab season tickets before they go on sale to the public, while also supporting youth baseball and softball programs across Southern Nevada. To secure your spot, visit athletics.com/Vegas.
This has been a presentation of The Athletics.